On TalkSport, Iran 0, Portugal 0. Still goalless as well in the other game in this group between Spain and Morocco. On halfway, here's Carvalho, a rare foray forward into the
to say politics takes over sometimes in the World Cup. I mean, I don't know what experience he has of officiating at games at this level in Uzbekistan. Why didn't they pick a more experienced European referee for this?
What I would say, and you were right, Alan, he did win the ball, but he's leapt with, he's lunged with 2 feet off the ground. It's the challenge that will get you in so much trouble with referees. The officials, they don't want that type of tackle being made in the game. I say tackle because he has leapt, he's lunged in. Unfortunately for him, the players come out okay.
He doesn't look too happy.
No, he isn't.
Khalid Boutaïb, he's back on his feet. He's a big lad. He's about 6'2" and powerfully built. Born in France, actually. Plays for, or had a spell with Strasbourg. You'll know all about the French league. Cass?
Yeah. By the Alsace area of France. Strasbourg. I played in the local derby with Nancy. Say local because the Metz was the main derby, but Strasbourg was the next one.
Anyway, he's back on the field. He's okay, and Spain have possession. And the man who committed the challenge, Piqué, may be a little bit fortunate there, the former Manchester United man, to not be shown at least the yellow card. As Spain attack with Isco down their left flank. He's just outside the penalty area, plays it into the box. It wasn't the best ball, and goes behind for a goal kick to Morocco, who are known as a defensively solid and well-disciplined team. They were, in fact, the only team in these finals who didn't concede a single goal in qualifying.
Yeah.
And just the 2 over here, one was an own goal and the other one was a Ronaldo penalty.
They've been slightly unfortunate in the opening 2 games, so it'd be interesting to see how they compete with Spain tonight. I think one thing that Spain can be guilty of is slightly overplaying. When they're in great positions, they'll play that extra pass. We give them the benefit of the doubt because they're so good at it. They'll overplay and they keep the ball and they do it brilliantly. But it's one thing I've seen a little bit too often with Spain is that they'll take that final ball, an extra ball to try and score a goal.
10 minutes gone on TalkSport 2. It's Spain 0, Morocco 0. It was a header, of course, by Ronaldo, not a penalty that condemned them to defeat in their second game. And under pressure here now as Carvalho plays a good ball to Silva inside the penalty box. His cross just beyond beyond Iniesta. Otherwise he would have been in a really good shooting position there, and they cleared upfield with the excellent Amrabat again, taking them from defence to attack, making 50 yards up the field.
It was great attacking play. Diego Costa goes down the right channel, does brilliantly, sets the play up, and then a great ball by Albert. Silva crosses it on Iniesta, just can't quite get there. But again, I've got to say, on the break there, I'm looking at Amrabat, and he's bursting forward. He's really up for the game for Morocco tonight. He wants to fight for everything. He's been excellent in every game they have played so far. Played in the Premier League last season for Watford on loan from the Spanish club Leganés, one of several in the Moroccan squad who was actually born in the Netherlands. Anyway, Spain have possession, middle third of the field, and it's played out to the left-hand side again to Isco, or towards Isco, who has possession now. Now Iniesta takes over from him and picks out Gerard Piqué. Piqué rolls it down the right flank to Carvalho just outside the penalty area. He tries to pick out Silva, who was knocked over as he tried to get on the ball. I don't think there was any suggestion of it being a penalty, and certainly he didn't appeal. Goal kick. Yeah, more of a slight obstruction. David Silva was never quite getting there to keep the ball in play. But again, a bit of an eye of a needle type of pass. It has to be perfect sometimes, you feel, with Spain. Yes, if there is a fault in this excellent Spanish side, that would certainly be it. And that was very much the case in the game that I commentated on, in fact, when they played Iran, where they had something like 70-80% possession over the 90 minutes, but relied on a rather fluky goal off the shin of Diego Costa to get them the 3 points. They've just conceded a free kick, almost on the halfway line. I wonder how many times Amrabat and Ramos are going to clash tonight. That's about the 3rd time in the opening, 12 minutes of the game? Yeah.
That could be one for the referee to keep an eye on. 24 red cards Sergio Ramos has had in his career. 24.
Not finished, not out.
No, I think you're right. He's in possession now and plays it out to Jordi Alba of Barcelona, one of the many hugely experienced internationals in this Spanish squad. He's had over 60 caps. There's a couple of them there. Ramos over 150 caps, Piqué over 100. And of course, they're used to winning at the very highest level. They have the ball on the halfway line. It's still 0-0 in Kaliningrad. And as far as we know, it is still 0-0 between Portugal and Iran. Now they've given the ball away. Here's Spain. A terrible mistake. That could be really costly. And it is. Khalid Boutaib has given Morocco a shock lead in Kaliningrad. What an upset here. Terrible defensive play by Spain just inside their own half. They gave the ball away, but full marks to Khalid Boutaib, who took it on, didn't get phased by the interception or would-be interception of David De Gea, and rolled it into the net. Spain 0, Morocco 1, 14 minutes gone. Shock scoreline.
I'm shocked. I mean, we saw David De Gea make a mistake, rare one against Portugal, but Sergio Ramos, he gets caught. He's ball watches, and as you say, Boutaib gets away. He's on a one-on-one central, and he slips it down the side of David De Gea. But I've got to say, it's more to do with just a slight slip that Sergio Ramos made, and it's allowed Morocco to get away and score. And great finish. He actually goes through the legs of David De Gea. But a good finish. Kept his head. He's looking where David De Gea is, and he slips it past him. I've got to say, how many times you see, we talked about red cards for Sergio Ramos, but he's made this between him and Iniesta. Sergio Ramos just a slight slip, gets caught, and away Boutaib went.
Morocco get their first goal of these World Cup finals, and it will send shockwaves through, well, not just this group, but the whole of the World Cup. No one was expecting that. Morocco, remember, irrespective of the result here, cannot qualify for the round of 16, but Spain now find themselves in a very difficult position indeed.
Yes, and what a shock, you know, seemingly such an experienced, you know, Iniesta and Ramos, they don't come more experienced than them two.
Well, Spain have got to start making their passing more decisive now and creating opportunities, and a clumsy ball played back into the centre circle almost sent Ziyech free on the halfway line. Spain have possession in that controlled, calm manner that is so familiar. Iniesta has the ball midway inside the Moroccan half, leaves it to Isco. Had a very good game in the last game. He finds Diego Costa hemmed in on the left touchline for Spain, but wins the throw off Amrabat.
Well, one good thing for Spain is they've got 75 minutes plus injury time to get back into this game.
Yep, time is on their side, the scoreline isn't. And Fernando Hierro on the touchline, great defender himself, who won over 100 caps for his country, shakes his head in dismay at the way his team have started here. Morocco clear their lines again, up to Ziyech. He's quick, plays it out to the right to Amrabat, who's even quicker, and he plays the return ball to Hakim Ziyech. Across comes Piqué to slide it over the touchline for a throw to Morocco. It's level with the 18-yard line in the Spanish penalty area, and they've thrown it all the way back to the line to build again with Belhanda. Belhanda, right-footed, knocks it out to the Moroccan left flank to Hakimi of Real Madrid. You know most of these Spanish players very well indeed. He plays it back into his own half, and they can afford to be quite careful now in knocking the ball back to their goalkeeper.
Spain won, Morocco won then in the other game in Group B. Here,
but there is so much good movement. I never really felt that Morocco would be able to get through this whole game with not conceding, with the way they passed the ball, and just the running off the ball as well for Spain is exceptional.
Well, of course, Spain were disappointing in Brazil 4 years ago. They lost their opener then, 5-1 against the Netherlands, remember, then lost 2-0 against Chile. They did recover to beat the Aussies 3-0, but were eliminated at the group stage. We've got the first yellow card of the game here for El Amadi, the Aston Villa midfielder, for a foul on Busquets.
Yeah, no arguments there. Karim El Mahdi applies his trade, like you said. He's played in England. Frustrating for the Moroccan coach. You know, he's seen his team get the lead and played, you know, really well in the first opening 20 minutes of the game.
Now they have to defend this free kick, which is taken already. The ball is with Thiago in the middle of the field for Spain. And now Sergio Ramos plays it out to the left flank. A strong challenge coming in from Amrabat. And the fans here don't believe it was that bad. Howls of derision aimed at the Uzbekistan referee, but he's already given the free kick and they've already taken it. Piqué has the ball. Now Thiago midway inside the Moroccan half, plays it to Sergio Ramos in the centre circle. On it goes 10 yards to Iniesta. So much first touch passing by these excellent technique Spanish players, as Piqué sweeps one out to the left-hand side to pick out Iniesta just outside the penalty area. He links well with Diego Costa, pulls a dangerous ball back into the middle, and they've had to knock that behind for a corner there, El Amadi.
Iniesta's having a big impact on this game, isn't he, so far? He's looking really sharp. He might be one of the senior statesmen in this Spanish team, but he's certainly making things happen for them tonight.
Spain's first corner of the game, 22 minutes gone. It's 1-1 in Kaliningrad against Morocco. Diego Costa and Ramos near the penalty spot. Ramos tries to get away from his marker. Piqué's there with a header, but it was weak and never really troubled Munir in the Moroccan goal. They try to break quickly on the counter-attack, but not the best ball. They've just about kept possession with Dirar, the right back who was brought in that position against Portugal in the last game. He gets forward now into Spanish territory, plays it forward to Ziyech, and Dirar still trying to make ground for Morocco, but now he's lost possession and Spain start again from the back.
It's amazing me how lively this game is, because it looks like it's going to be defence against attack the whole match.
But Iniesta's making ground here. He's already on the edge of the penalty area. Now it comes out to Diego Costa after his shot was blocked. Costa trod on the ball and then lost possession. But Iniesta, they suddenly opened up in front of him and he just kept going there from almost the halfway line right into the Moroccan penalty area. But his shot was easily blocked, and Morocco in their all-white strip began to build. And here we go. The ball is again with Morocco. A really threatening attack coming through, and Boutayeb, the man who scored the goal for them, very nearly got a second one there.
And David De Gea, well, he's again a break, and the amount of times that Morocco in the first 25 minutes of this game have got clear. That's the second time, a one-on-one. Boutayeb, he's managed to make a save out of David De Gea. He stood big, David De Gea, and fair play to him for that, but it could have easily been 2-1 there to Morocco.
Don't forget, for all the reactions to today's World Cup matches, plus the best interviews from the biggest names across the TalkSport network today, don't miss TalkSport 2 tonight from 10. And plenty more live World Cup action for you right here on TalkSport 2 this week. Tomorrow, live commentaries from Group C and Group D as Australia take on Peru and Iceland face Croatia. Here it's 1-1. 25 minutes on the clock on TalkSport 2, and it's Spain who went behind a shock goal after terrible defending on the halfway line. Khalid Boutaïb scoring to give Morocco the lead, but just a few minutes later, Isco equalising for Spain, who have possession now. Midway inside the Moroccan half with Iniesta. Finds Busquets. Busquets has to knock it back to Jordi Alba, and now to Thiago inside the centre circle. Thiago in the centre forward position, plays it out to the right wing to Dani Carvajal. Back it goes to Thiago. Typical Spanish move this. Busquets, a lovely ball for Iniesta. Iniesta couldn't thread it through to Diego Costa, who was in a good position just inside Morocco's penalty area, and the Moroccans clear the ball up to the halfway line. But Boutaïb, having already scored, very nearly got a second a moment ago.
Absolutely. It was a really golden opportunity. Again, though, Iniesta is making him, just his movement is so exceptional that he's found space again. He's their real danger at the moment.
And Spain looking good. Diego Costa completely fluffs his shot as Isco played the ball to him inside Morocco's penalty area. Just didn't get it right at all. His body position was all wrong. But they kept possession, Spain. And the ball is on the halfway line with Thiago.
As good as Diego Costa looks sometimes, he does look like a Sunday League player on other times, just on the odd occasion, like he did for that chance.
Well, he's laid the ball off beautifully this time. And Isco coming in from the left flank. And the cross towards Carvajal, right edge of the area. Morocco have dealt with it. And the dangerous Boutaïb has possession for them. But then a collision about 15 yards inside the Moroccan half, involving Iniesta, who gets up and shakes hands with his opponent Belhanda. No question of a foul, and play continues with Spain in possession. 1-1 here on TalkSport 2. World Cup Sports Day back on TalkSport 2 tomorrow morning from 7. Russ Hargreaves and Hannah Wilkes bring you an essential roundup of the morning's top sports stories. Don't forget that. Diego Costa for Spain. Midway inside the Moroccan half. The ball is with Sergio Ramos. Ramos plays it right-footed to the very edge of Morocco's penalty area, where Carvajal and Silva combine. And Spain get a throw-in, level with the 18-yard line. Dani Carvajal will take it. Missed the European Championships for them through injury a couple of years ago. Very, very talented and honoured player. Something like 12 major trophies in his long time with Real Madrid. From the throw-in, Spain switch from right to left, and Iniesta inevitably just has time to slow it down, calmly pick the right option, which is Jordi Alba on this occasion, and plays it infield, where Piqué will leave it to Thiago, halfway inside Morocco's half. Still no news of any goals in the Portugal-Iran game, so a draw here for the moment, good enough to see Spain go through. They have possession just outside Morocco's penalty area. For once, their intricate passing breaks down and Morocco clear their lines, but they've looked dangerous on the counter-attack. Foul then by Amrabat, just as well for Spain. He did commit the foul against his enemy Sergio Ramos. Now a yellow card is coming out for Amrabat, and maybe you have to think that Sergio Ramos is lucky not to have got one earlier.
Yeah, I think he just steps on the boot of Sergio Ramos, takes his boot clean off. Amrabat is not really looking at the ball, and obviously Sergio Ramos goes to ground. No question, it wasn't a foul. It was a foul, most definitely. I see quite a high challenge on Iniesta there as well. So, hey, this game has been. This is no given, is it? This
Absolutely.
game, they're really committed, Morocco, to this game.
Yeah, for a team who've, or a country who've only ever won 2 games in the World Cup finals against Portugal in 1986 and Scotland in 1998. They are determined to go out on a high here. Meanwhile, that challenge on Sergio Ramos has left the villain of the piece, if you like, lying injured.
It's amazing. Came from a long throw, the second chance that Boutaïb had, and to be fair, he's so disappointed. He gets on his left foot. He's got De Gea just in front of him. You think he's just going to slip it past him. David De Gea stays big and makes the save, the block. Boutaïb, great opportunity to get his second goal of the night.
Yeah, arguably an easier opportunity than the one from which he scored when he had to run all the way from the halfway line and stay calm as De Gea came out. This time he just snatched at it, panicked a little bit. Seeing the headlines no doubt being written, not many players in their careers get 2 goals against this Spanish national team, who have possession. Well, that was a challenge from behind there, and another yellow card, and quite right too. Referee's having no nonsense. He's being spoken to by several Moroccan players, but I don't think they can have any complaints at all here, as Da Costa came right through the back of Isco. So that's 3 yellow cards already now for Morocco. Da Costa, Amrabat and El Amadi.
They ain't going to survive. They're not going to survive Morocco with 11 men, because I'm seeing a couple of players really being verbal to the official, the referee. They've made 2 or 3 dangerous challenges so far in this game. They won't keep 11 on the pitch at this rate. They've got to keep their heads.
And fair play is one of the criteria. If you find teams are level pegging at the end of the group, it doesn't matter for them, of course. Spain have only had 1 yellow card in the tournament so far. So Costa yellow carded. Basufa was spoken to, but I don't think the referee did in the end. Yeah, he did. We're now being told that Basufa was also, for his protest, also shown a yellow card. So that's 4 players with just over half an hour gone in the referee's notebook. I suppose they think, well, if we can get away with it, why not? Because they won't be playing any further part in this World Cup. Although suspensions normally carry over into the next qualifying competition, but that's a long way away. They won't be worrying about that. What they will worry about is this free kick for Spain midway inside their half, which comes into the edge of their penalty area, where Ziyech heads clear up to the halfway line. Spain will keep the pressure on. The ball is with David Silva, and he finds Thiago in the inside right position. Back again to the Manchester City man. Spain building another attack deep inside the Moroccan half. Diego Costa has the ball, picks out Thiago. 11 men back behind the ball now for Morocco. Jordi Alba sliding it out to Isco on that far side. They've clearly decided that he's the danger man, Morocco. He's already been on the end of a couple of very hard tackles. Piqué has the ball, halfway line. Lovely ball out to the left flank to keep them on the attack. Iniesta takes over and plays a glorious ball back to Isco. The referee's whistle has gone. I'm not quite sure whether he's given a free kick for offside there. Seemingly not, and Jordi Alba's not quite sure either, as he gets into an argument with one of the Moroccan players, who are feisty here, to say the least.
I think that's an understatement, feisty, because they are certainly getting stuck into the Spanish team tonight.
Well, you do wonder about Sergio Ramos and Diego Costa, the 2 players more than any other in this Spanish side who like a battle. So be interesting to see whether they can avoid punishment from the Uzbekistan referee, Ermatov, who's not messed about when it comes to reaching to his yellow card pockets so far. 33 minutes gone on TalkSport 2. Spain 1, Morocco 1. If the scoreline stays that way, Spain will qualify. They'd love to win the group, of course. And they will face in the round of 16, if they are successful, either Russia or Uruguay, depending on which position they finish in, first or second. They're on the attack. They want to win this game. They want to make absolutely sure. Carvajal, just outside the Moroccan penalty area, wins the ball back cleverly, plays it into the middle. Not the best ball, but they've still got possession here with Thiago. Thiago goes down under another heavy challenge. No free kick this time. Spain have possession, though, with Jordi Alba and Isco combining. Well, now David Silva pops up and crosses into the 6-yard box. No red shirt there to convert it, but Spain still on the attack, have won themselves a corner, and now they've moved up a gear.
Yeah, they have, and their passing is fluid. They're making sure they're coming from all different angles. Referee collided with one of the Moroccan players in the build-up to the play, which the Moroccan players were complaining about. But again, Spain coming forward at numbers. Iniesta put a wonderful ball across the face of the goal just now, and I think Diego Costa's got to read that. He's got to try and read where Iniesta's putting the ball.
Okay, corner to Spain. 34 minutes gone. Spain 1, Morocco 1 here on TalkSport 2. Spain need a win or a draw to qualify for the round of 16. David Silva takes it left-footed straight into the hands of goalkeeper Munir. An easy catch for him. Not the best set piece by Spain. Fernando Hierro looking a lot more relieved now than he did when Morocco took a shock lead here through Boutaïb after terrible Spanish defending in their own half. The man who scored the equaliser, Isco, has possession, plays it out to Jordi Alba just outside the Moroccan penalty area, back to Busquets up towards the halfway line, and the usual Spanish movement off the ball, the usual accurate ball back into Iniesta. Lovely pass. He tried to pick out Diego Costa, didn't get it quite right, and then Spain commit a foul inside Morocco's penalty area. Free kick to the opposition.
The movement of the Spanish team is something to be applauded. It is exceptional. I've just seen a ball again. Iniesta at 34 years old, running beyond and into the 18-yard box. Fantastic. Squares the ball again. Okay, it doesn't come to anything. But about 5 times in this game, he's got behind the Moroccan team, burst in, run through, squared the ball. No one's been on the end to convert.
What a shame.
Except for Isco.
Yeah, what a shame, without being disrespectful to the Chinese league, that's where his future is, because he's far too good for that level of football. Surely he could probably walk into most of the top European sides still, couldn't he?
Yeah, he could, but maybe, I mean, I've just seen Jordi Alba there burst forward in the left-back position. But you're right, Alan, I look at Iniesta, maybe he just didn't want to play for any European team because of his...
Maybe.
Obviously.
Yeah.
He achieved everything at Barcelona, but he is an incredible footballer. His movement is a joy. It's a guide to a young lad who ever wanted to watch football and about movement.
The corner comes in, and a free header there for Busquets. He should have done a lot better. He was right on the edge of the 6-yard box. He was unchallenged, and he managed to head over.
Yeah, well, he's headed this ball here, Busquets. He's headed it like he was trying to clear the ball. He's got a free header. He's, what, 7 yards out? If he can get it down, he scores. He's headed it over the bar like a clearance.
No surprise that you'll hear he scored just twice in over 100 appearances for the national team. Excellent defender, or defensive midfielder, but not so good in the opposition penalty area as we saw then. But the Spanish fans aren't too disappointed about that. They have seen their team recover very quickly from a shock goal against them, scored by Khalid Boutaïb for Morocco, with Isco equalising, and it's Spain 1, Morocco 1 as we move into the 38th minute in Kaliningrad in this crucial match in Group B. They've given the ball away here, Morocco. Diego Costa's beaten to it. Very good defending by the Wolves man, Roman Saiz, to get across and cover. The ball's gone out for a Spanish throw on the halfway line.
Oh, it was nearly an inch perfect ball. Diego Costa would have been away, but like you said, Saiz from Morocco gave away the ball. Something you can't do, certainly in your own half against the Spanish.
Spain build again on the halfway line with Thiago. Rolls it across the centre circle to Sergio Ramos. Now out to Isco on the left. Spanish goal scorer has something of a free roll here. Goes forward. Was he brought down? He was. Another foul conceded, this time by their goal scorer, Boutaïb.
Yeah, Boutaïb, he's committed a number of fouls tonight. Again, I mean, it's on Isco. The referee's in a great position. He's given him the benefit of the doubt. No second yellow. He's running really on a fine line, isn't he?
Wonderful little player, though, Isco, isn't he? He just pops up everywhere and always looks a threat. He's been an outstanding player, along with Iniesta, I think, in this first half. Spain 1, Morocco 1. If the scoreline stays that way, Spain will go through. Whether first or second depends on the outcome of the other game in Group B between Portugal and Iran, where, as far as we know, it is still goalless. Spain come forward again with Thiago midway inside Morocco's half, making ground, brought down. Yet another foul. They don't mind committing a foul if they think there's any threat on their goal. Younes Belhanda this time. This is a team with 4 yellow cards already.
Yeah, just clips Thiago there, Belhanda. But again, great position. You know, Isco's on the ball. David Silva's there. He's only going to get a good delivery. A threat of Costa, Ramos, Piqué.
Can they get in front just before half-time here, Spain? The ball is about halfway inside Morocco's half. Free kick to the Spanish. The referee just pushing the defenders back the required distance. Just 2 men in the wall. David Silva's over the ball, so too is Isco. The central defenders, Piqué and Sergio Ramos, are both forward, right on the edge of the Moroccan penalty area. Silva leaves it to Isco, clips it in towards the far post, and Morocco get the ball away to Ziyech, deep inside his own half, but he's got the pace to get forward quickly and did well to gain possession for them there. It's gone out, in fact, for a throw-in to Morocco midway inside their own half. Still 1-1.
Yeah, a great delivery in. And Busquets comes round by the far post. Just can't get a clear header. But well defended by Morocco.
But it's still on a knife edge here for Spain. 5 minutes of the first half remaining. Defensively, they have looked far from certain. That was proved when they conceded the goal and nearly conceded a second to the same player, Boutaïb. They have possession, though. They're inside their own half and slowing it down to their own pace, which they do so well. Jordi Alba clips it across to the right-hand side to Gerard Piqué, now on the halfway line for Spain. And he will knock it forward, right-footed to Diego Costa, challenged by two Moroccan players, and wins his team a throw-in halfway inside Morocco's half, which Carvajal, the right full-back, will take. Looking for a bit of movement from his teammates, gets it back from the throw, goes down to the ground and wins another throw, which Morocco felt should not have happened. They thought that it was going to be their throw. I don't think they're too pleased with this referee, the Moroccan fans. All players come to that. They don't feel they've had the benefit of the doubt on many decisions so far. Spain have possession on the halfway line with Gerard Piqué. Just gets the ball under his right foot, rolls it across to Sergio Ramos, who along with Iniesta was culpable in conceding the early goal that Morocco scored. Now it's not long to the edge of the Moroccan penalty area, headed back comfortably by Dirar to his goalkeeper. Manuel da Costa knocks it back again to goalkeeper Munir. They're deep inside their own half. They can't find a way out at the moment, and Munir's clearance was not the best. He was a bit lucky that it went to one of his own players, but now he's been dispossessed by Thiago. And Thiago tried to knock it in early there towards Diego Costa, but it was cleared upfield, and Belhanda will bring Morocco away into the final 3 minutes of the half. 1-1 in Kaliningrad.
I've got to give them a lot of praise, Morocco. First half performance, they've really tried to match Spain, especially physically. It's tiring for them because they're chasing the Spanish all around the pitch.
At the moment, it's Morocco on the attack with the right-footed left-back Hakimi. Good ball into the middle, and Ziyech with the shot. That wasn't a bad effort, just over the crossbar. Goal kick.
No, you don't want Ziyech taking shots from distance, even 20 yards. He's well capable of sticking one in the top corner. It's just over the bar, and David Dea's got it comfortably covered. But that's the one danger for Spain, is Morocco in certain positions, they can cause you problems.
Born in Holland, another one of those, Ziyech, and actually played for Ajax. Actually played for the Netherlands under-21 team before he devoted his international future to Morocco. Good on free kicks if they get one anywhere near the Spanish penalty area as well.
A dead ball specialist for Ajax.
What they have got is a throw-in halfway inside Spain's half as we tick towards the half-time whistle here. Not the best throw-in, they made a bit of a mess of it. And now the throw has gone to Spain. And they've had some noisy and very colourful fans here, Morocco, and despite the fact that they know their team will be going home, they've given them their full support here, and they've had the pleasure of seeing them score their first goal of the tournament after those two 1-0 defeats against Iran. They were really unlucky in that game, an own goal in the final minute of stoppage time, and Ronaldo scoring to give Portugal victory against them. Well, at least they've made an impact here. They've played some good football, they've got a goal, and they gave a shock to Spain, that's for sure. Spain have possession inside their own half with Gerard Piqué. They're now in the final minute of the first half. There'll be a couple of minutes to be added for injuries, stoppages, and 4 yellow cards, which have all been issued to Moroccan players. Isco, the Spanish goal scorer, knocks it down the left flank for Spain, then gets it back from Jordi Alba. Just brings the ball back again now to his Spanish teammate, who thought he was going to get a corner there, but he's wrong. The referee's awarded a goal kick to Morocco. Yeah,
Jordi Alba, so many times in this first half, he's got down that left side, been like a winger. He's got braver as the game's gone on, but it does make a difference when Iniesta comes inside, and Isco goes also inside with him. It allows freedom on that left side, which he tries to take advantage of every time.
Don't forget, from 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, Football First with Ray Stubbs returns to TalkSport 2. He's alongside European football expert Kev Hatchard, and his guests include the former Manchester United and Australia national goalkeeper Mark Bosnich. Here we are now in 2 minutes of stoppage time in Kaliningrad. Spain 1, Morocco 1 on TalkSport 2, with the Moroccans attacking with Amrabat. Long ball played forward just outside the Spanish penalty area. It was Dirar, in fact, the overlapping right back, who was the furthest forward. He might look for Amrabat here from the throw. He does. At the moment, Portugal lead this group, and Spain in second place, but that's enough for them. Busquets has gone down injured. Free kick.
Yeah, again, Amrabat, I'm not sure what a challenge that is, but considering that he's on a yellow card, he is so fortunate on Sergio Busquets. He's dived. I cannot believe the referee's not giving him a yellow card. That's the second yellow. He'd be off.
Well, he's
reckless.
Contributed a lot to this tournament, but that, as you say, was reckless and very fortunate for the man who played for Watford last season in the Premier League, that he's not been shown a red. Spain had possession. What they don't have yet is the lead, and a poor ball by Sergio Ramos given away on the halfway line, enabling Morocco to mount what could be one of the final attacks of the half, but they've been dispossessed, and instead it's Spain who threatened with Diego Costa in the outside left position near the corner flag in the Moroccan half. Back to Iniesta. Iniesta skips round one challenge, skips round another, gets it back to Diego Costa, who got a foot to it but could only steer it well wide from inside the 6-yard box, almost on the goal line, in fact.
What an opportunity. Diego Costa runs the left channel, then cuts inside, and Iniesta, for about the umpteenth time tonight, drives at the byline, pulls the ball across, gets a slight deflection. Diego Costa got the goal at his mercy, can't get full contact, and it just goes wide off the pitch for a goal kick, and he'll be dead. That is the golden opportunity for Diego Costa tonight.
And psychologically, what a moment that would have been to take the lead. But instead, the half-time whistle sounds, and they are level in Kaliningrad. What a shot for Spain, though, early on. Awful defending just inside their own half gave Khaled Boutaïb the opportunity to make ground, which he did confidently and successfully. Drew goalkeeper David De Gea and slid the ball past him into the net to give Morocco that shock lead. It didn't last for long, though. Spain hitting back, a glorious 5-6 man move. The final touch going to Isco, who hammered it into the roof of the net, and at the interval it's Spain 1, Morocco 1.
We will be back to speak to Tony Cascarino in just a moment, because they are still playing at the end of the Iran-Portugal first half, and there has been a very late goal in it.
Down the right-hand side, lovely bit of play from Quaresma and Silva, outside of the right foot from Quaresma. Oh, what a goal that is from Ricardo Quaresma! The outside of that right foot, magically lifting the ball into the far corner and beyond Beyond Vand. It's a wonderful finish, delightful build-up play, and he gets his start today, Quaresma, and he repays the faith in Fernando Santos. It's a wonderful goal, and it's Iran 0, Portugal 1.
Well, that came in the 45th minute. They have just completed the first 45 after injury time. So half-time, Portugal 1, Iran 0 at the half-time there. Let's get some half-time thoughts on our game with the Co-op.
Half-time on TalkSport 2 with the Co-op. Snacks for the football and refreshments all round. Result. Football's better together at the Co-op.
Spain 1, Morocco 1 at half-time. Tony Cascarino has been your summariser for that first half. Tony, let's start with the negative part of this, and that is the amount of fouls and yellow cards picked up in that first half. Morocco have 4 of them. However, I would make the point, I believe the referee has actually made the problem worse in the first half, because the worst foul in that first period was Piqué early on, which could have easily been red, never mind yellow, and I think that is what's got the Moroccan players, giving them the raging hump.
Yeah, Macquarie, the lunge, like you said, it was two-footed, it was off the ground, it was dangerous. It could have quite easily been given a red card, Gerard Piqué. You're absolutely spot on. I would argue as well that one or two of the Moroccan players are slightly fortunate. Amrabat certainly could have got a second yellow in the latter stage of the first half, Macca. Look, Morocco have come here and they want to compete. They're going to fight for everything, their national pride. You know, it's been a difficult tournament for them. They are not going to give an inch in this game, and they see it as a night where they want to try and upset the Spanish. It's been a feisty game, Macca, hasn't it?
Not half, not half. Now then, Khalid Boutaib with the goal on 14, and arguably should have had a second as well.
Yeah, for his goal, obviously the two most experienced players on the pitch, Iniesta and Ramos. Ramos slips and Iniesta thinks it's a bit of a ball in between two players. Boutaib gets away and finishes it brilliantly, puts it through the legs of David De Gea as he, comes out to close him down. But you're right, Macca, probably slightly easier chance was his second one. Well, he got in from a long throw, got in on the left side, run straight at David De Gea, was at a slightly more acute angle, but David De Gea stayed big and made the save. But you're right, Macca, could have easily been 2-1. But I do think the Spanish, as the games wore on in the first half, have got better and better. And Iniesta, Macca, the amount of times he's made runs in behind and got there, he might be in his sort of mid-30s, but he can still be a massive player for Spain in this tournament.
Absolutely. That goal, when they conceded it, they got it back level within 5 minutes, thanks to Isco, and it could have been quite a few more than that. Some of the intricate play around the edge of the box, when they can actually stay on their feet, the Spanish, when they're not being fouled, it's a joy to watch.
Oh, absolutely. And between David Silva, Isco and Iniesta, that's what makes the Spanish team tick. They create a movement. Their movement's exceptional. They always take the ball the opposite way to what you think they're going to go. So it's really difficult to defend. I think the one criticism I say sometimes, Macca, they just overplay. That one extra pass, that you see sometimes with teams that are so gifted. They've just elaborated a little bit too much on the ball at times. But with that, I mean, their goal was a perfect example why they do it, because their goal was all about movement, ball into space, and then slipping the ball back when everybody thinks it's going to go across the face of the goal. Iniesta pulls it back and Isco finishes it brilliantly. That's what the Spanish are very good at.
Well, I don't know what the odds on both teams scoring were before the kick-off on this one, but at least Morocco have their first goal in the tournament. I think the odds on both teams finishing with 11 men are somewhere near zero, because Rafran Ermatov, he is surely going to show a red card, be it a 2 yellow variety or just the straight red. He has had a lot of decisions to make.
Yeah, he has, and I don't see it being any different in the second half, Macca. I think it will be big decisions to call. I think he gave Amrabat a big call in the end of the first half. Well, he made a tackle, Macca, that is absolutely a yellow, and he's let him off. He's let that one go by. Maybe it's because the Moroccan players were pressurising him, intimidating him about some of the other challenges, like you touched on, Gerard Piqué's one. That could have easily been a red. I think it's just one in games. There's not a lot of love lost there. You can feel it. The game there's fighting, there's hustling, there's arguing. You just know that this game is not going to be given by Morocco to Spain.
Absolutely. So as it stands, Portugal top Group B with 7 points. Spain have 5. Iran have 3. Morocco have a point. That is because it is Portugal leading Iran by 1-0, and Spain are level with Morocco. Here on TalkSport 2 at 1-1.
Half-time on TalkSport 2 with the Co-op. Grab all you need for the match with the Co-op's 3 for 2 on summer sharers. Football's better together at the Co-op.
That was our look back at the first half with the Co-op. Football is better together at the Co-op. So, first half in the book. Is the second going to be as exciting?
Now they've given the ball away. Here's Spain. A terrible mistake. That could be really costly. And it is. Khalid Boutaib has given Morocco a shock lead in Kaliningrad. What an upset here. Terrible defensive play by Spain just inside their own half. They gave the ball away, but full marks to Khalid Boutaib, who took it on, didn't get fazed by the interception or would-be interception of David De Gea, and rolled it into the net. Spain 0, Morocco 1. Diego Costa with a little layoff, finds Iniesta. Iniesta's got round the goalkeeper. This could be the equaliser. It is. Isco has brought Spain level within 3 or 4 minutes of going behind. They have shown why they're one of the world's great teams. They didn't panic. It was a wonderful passing move and an excellent finish by Isco. 1-1.
If you ever want to get an example of a great Spanish goal, this is exactly what they're about. Passing and moving. A brilliant move that Isco finally buries it.
The half-time whistle sounds and they are level in Kaliningrad.
The 2018 FIFA World Cup, Russia.
From Russia with goals.
World Cup live on TalkSport 2.
All the football from Russia on TalkSport 2 with Virgin Media. Broadcast partner of TalkSport 2's official coverage of the 2018 FIFA World Cup, Russia.
We've got it at Selco. Selco, it's where the trade go.
At Selco Builders Warehouse, we've got real deals on a wide range of trade quality building products. In June, we've got 10 litres of Leyland Brilliant White Vinyl Matte Emulsion for only £7.49 ex-VAT, while stocks last. Now that's a real deal. We've got even more real deals at Selco Builders Warehouse. For more information, see selcobw.com.
We've got it at Selco. Selco, it's where the trade go.
If there's one thing QuickFit's famous for, it's tyres. And it's easy to see why. We have thousands of tyres in stock, including all the top brands. So we're bound to have what you need. Plus, with our special offers, there's always a great deal to be had. We've got over 600 centres across the UK, and most of them are open 7 days a week. So head down to your local QuickFit today or book online and drive away happy.
Expect to build your own car deal online, anytime, at arnoldclark.com. Expect over 200 branches nationwide. Expect to choose from over 20,000 cars. And expect the UK's best used car deals, guaranteed.
Don't worry about a thing. Don't worry about a thing. Don't worry about a thing.
Expect the Arnold Clark experience. Visit arnoldclark.com.
Unbelievable scenes. 27 shots on goal, 3 red cards, 4 penalties, 2 hat-tricks and 1 game-changing decision. And the keeper scored a screamer from the halfway line. But Mark didn't see any of it. He was stuck watching a documentary on bees.
When the queen bee feels threatened, the worker bees buzz louder.
Watch what you really want with BT Sport included as standard in our Full House bundle. Search Virgin Media Football. Virgin Media, delivering awesome. Virgin Fibre areas only. Terms apply.
This is for a dad, a brother, a nan. This is for a friend, a neighbour, a colleague. This is for the thousands of people living with cancer. This summer, do something incredible and brave the shave for Macmillan Cancer Support. Get sponsored by friends and family to shave your hair, and you'll help Macmillan support even more people with cancer so they can live life as fully as they can. For everyone and every reason, by braving the shave, you'll be doing something amazing. Sign up today at bravetheshave.org.uk.
Check their reputation. Check their insurance. Check their background. Check how much time you're wasting on all of this when you could be watching the football instead. Or just go to checkertrade.com and do it all in one. Exactly. When you need someone to do a job around your home, checkertrade.com should be the first place you go. Visit checkertrade.com, where reputation matters.
Checkertrade, checkertrade.com.
Full commentary of all tomorrow's games.
TalkSport and TalkSport 2 are going twos up. Hear full commentary of both final Group C games at the same time.
Denmark versus France on TalkSport. Australia versus Peru on TalkSport 2.
That's a treat, that one, isn't it?
Kickoff 3 p.m. Full commentary of all tomorrow's games for World Cup on TalkSport. Football, which will grab you by the Urals.
Everything for the football, everything for the victory.
World Cup live on TalkSport 2.
It is TalkSport 2 live. The headlines this evening, as it stands, it would be Uruguay versus Spain and Russia versus Portugal in the round of 16, with Spain and Morocco drawing and Portugal leading.
Lovely bit of play from Quaresma and Silva. Outside of the right foot from Quaresma. Oh, what a goal that is from Ricardo Quaresma. The outside of that right foot, magically lifting the ball into the far corner and beyond Van. It's a wonderful finish, delightful build-up play, and he gets his start today, Quaresma, and he repays the faith in Fernando Santos. It's a wonderful goal, and it's Iran 0, Portugal 1.
Elsewhere this evening, reports are claiming that West Ham's Manuel Lanzini will miss the whole of next season with his injury, and Andy Murray has beaten Stan Wawrinka 6-1, 6-3 in Eastbourne. Murray will now play Kyle Edmund next. It is TalkSport 2. Don't forget, when we're done in an hour's time, it's Cricket Week with John Norman and Darren Gough. Jason Gillespie will be joining the boys to look at the England-Australia series and, of course, some county matches as well. So Jason Gillespie joining the boys. They're here from 9 o'clock this evening here on TalkSport 2 before TalkSport 2 tonight takes you through the night until World Cup Sports Day in the morning here from 7 o'clock, and that includes the game in the morning. So all of that, and then Ray Stubbs will start the build-up to everything else. We'll do it all again tomorrow. Australia-Peru is here in the afternoon. Iceland-Croatia is the evening game here on TalkSport 2. Well, we've seen games in the past where half-time you don't really want because it's clattered along at such a great rate, but I just wonder if half-time in this game might be a good opportunity, certainly as far as Morocco are concerned, and Hervé Renard, their coach, to actually just get them into the dressing room and settle them down a little bit. Take a couple of gulps of air in and just say, boys, we would like to finish this game with 11 on the pitch if it's all right by you. He looks pretty calm as he makes his way out of the tunnel. And indeed, here come the players. So, let's rejoin your commentary too. It's been an absolutely cracking first half. What are we going to get in the second? Khalid Boutib with the opener on 14 minutes. Isco equalising for Spain on 19. Still all to play for. Who will be taking on Russia and Uruguay in the next stages? We will find out in the course of the next 45 minutes. The former Republic of Ireland striker Tony Cascarino is alongside your match commentator Alan Parry here on TalkSport 2.
As it stands, Portugal will win this group, with Spain joining them in the round of 16 as runners-up in Group B. The winners will face the hosts, Russia, in Moscow on Sunday, July the 1st. The runners-up will play Uruguay in Sochi on Saturday, June the 30th. So I would imagine Spain will be all out to try and win this game here. And certainly the first half statistics suggest that they could do just that. They had 76% of the possession in that first 45 minutes. Morocco conceded 9 fouls to Spain's 3. And, of course, received 4 yellow cards. Let's remind you, Da Costa, the central defender, El Amadi and Boussoufa, the 2 defensive midfielders, and the, well, I suppose you'd call him a right winger the way he's played in this game. Amrabat got the other one. So there's 4 players that have got to tread very carefully in this second half. Portugal, as things stand, on 7 points with a +2 goal difference. Spain on 5 points with a +1. Spain will win the group if they win by more goals than Portugal. And it looks as though Iran, at the moment anyway, are the ones going out, along with Morocco, who will get this second half underway in Kaliningrad in their all-white strip. The referee just checking with his assistants, blows the whistle, and it is Morocco who play the ball back towards their own penalty area. And Manuel da Costa, one of those who has picked up a caution, will give an early touch to goalkeeper Munir, who hits it right-footed. Not the best clearance by the goalkeeper. It's gone to Isco for Spain, their goal scorer, and he's midway inside the half and already making ground and laying it into the path, or tried to, of Da Silva. Just got it too wrong. Just a little bit too much on it, and it's gone out for a goal kick.
Yeah, Isco there, a bad clearance there by Moroccan, especially by the keeper. Munir, he cleared it and Spanish picked up the ball. Isco brilliantly held on to it, but Diego Costa was quite static, and then he drifts onside, gets his back into play and tries to find the precise ball for David Silva. Just didn't quite come off.
Got to be careful here, Spain, because there were moments in the first half when Morocco suggested they could build on what was initially a 1-goal lead. It's 1-1. And they attack down their left-hand side. Carvajal, the Spanish right back, goes across to try and close down the options. But they're keeping possession well. Hakimi. And he plays it back. And now the ball comes in across towards the far post. And wasn't the best cross, but Boussoufa was easily beaten in the air by Alba, and it's gone out of play for a goal kick to Spain, which will be taken by David De Gea, who didn't have an awful lot to do apart from picking the ball out of his own net in that first half. Morocco, remember, will be going home tomorrow or the day after, regardless of the result here. Spain, if it stays this way, will certainly be in the round of 16, but they've got to be careful as Morocco attack again with the excellent Amrabat, but this time he's given the ball away. They've got a lot of players on the edge of the Spanish penalty area. They're claiming a handball there by Piqué, and it looks as though they had justification in that claim. The referee has said play on. They don't like this referee, the Moroccans, and they don't feel they've had the benefit of the doubt too often from him. And that looked like another occasion. Well, that certainly looked like a handball by Gerard Piqué. The Moroccan players weren't happy. They run straight to the referee, and one of them ran to the fourth official to give the signal of the television and have a look, at the VAR. But referee waved play on. I personally thought it was a handball by Gerard Piqué. Well, so did they. It was just, I think, outside the penalty area. I don't think it would have been a penalty, but anyway, it's irrelevant because the referee didn't say anything wrong with it. So Spain attack themselves now down their right-hand side with the excellent Isco finding Thiago. Thiago back to Silva. Silva's given it away. And Morocco can breathe again, deep inside their own half still with Hakimi. And the Real Madrid man knocks it long. He's understudy to Carvajal at Real Madrid. Remember, Carvajal, who he's facing frequently down that side of the field today. Yeah, we're just seeing the incident again. And that's a quite clear handball by Gerard Piqué, which was right on the edge of the 18-yard box. The Moroccan players have run to the referee, clearly not happy. I think Gerard Piqué's got away with this one completely because, yes, he was the last man, and Morocco had tried to slip the ball down the side of him, but it's a blatant handball. Well, Piqué got away with a challenge in the first half that should really have earned him a yellow card. I think there's a feeling amongst Moroccans here that the big team, if you like, are being favoured over the smaller nation. But it's 1-1, and they're holding their ground, and they're holding their own. Spain have possession inside the centre circle with Sergio Busquets finding Iniesta. And it's rolled out to the left-hand side to Sergio Ramos. Now Isco, a little burst of pace by him as he picks out Alba. Alba midway inside Moroccan half, finding Busquets. Busquets gets it on his right foot. Clever little ball out to the left flank to Isco. However, the flag has gone up. Isco must have been offside. Free kick to Morocco. Yeah, and we're seeing the play again, and Isco's just crept offside. They keep the ball so well. It must be frustrating playing against the Spanish because every time they go one way, they swap sides and then they'll come back inside. They just keep the ball in all areas of the pitch. They've certainly perfected that tiki-taka passing game, famed by Barcelona, of course. Do they have a plan B if they need one? Do they ever need one? Questions that will be answered possibly tonight as Morocco attack again. A good ball into the penalty area. David De Gea had to be out quickly there and made a really good save. But they've still got possession, Morocco. Iniesta with a sliding tackle, and that was another moment when Spain could well have conceded. They've only had a handful of attacks, Morocco. They've scored one goal. They could have easily had a second. Well, again, it was an incident. David De Gea's made a save. He's literally made it with his hand down the side by his hip. He's literally come out with one hand punching the ball away. It's a very strange incident because it's sort of chest height, but very, very good goalkeeping by David De Gea. He just beats the player to the ball, and I've got to say that was a golden opportunity. It was Boussoufa who got through. He was actually at Chelsea as a youngster, joined them from the Dutch club Ajax, but he never made a breakthrough. At Stamford Bridge, has done with Anderlecht in Belgium, though. He made over 150 appearances for them. Very close to regaining the lead for Morocco then. Well, he made a great run, didn't he? Boussoufa getting in behind the Spanish back four. Done it a few times tonight. I mean, that's 2 1-on-1s. That was nearly, close to being a one-on-one with David De Gea. That's in the space of, 50 minutes? But here comes Spain again. They're halfway inside the Moroccan half. The ball is with Thiago, and he picks out goal scorer Isco. Isco on his right foot just knocks it 10 yards to his left to Jordi Alba. Gets it back off the left back. whistles and boos from the Moroccans in this full house crowd of around 30,000. Now Piqué has possession for Spain. Halfway inside the Moroccan half. Iniesta inevitably joins the attack with a first-time layoff. It goes out again to Isco. Isco tries to get it onto his right foot. The defender won't let him. And that looked as though it might have been a foul there by Boussoufa, but not given. So Morocco accept the gift and counter-attack, although they're still inside their own half on their left flank, where Spain win it back. Diego Costa has possession just outside the penalty area. Finds Silva. Silva gets it onto his left foot. Back again to Isco. Isco, I'm not quite sure what he was trying to do there, but whatever it was, he messed it up completely.
Yeah, the ball was pulled back from David Silva to Isco, and it just gets caught in between his feet. But we haven't seen, the Spanish haven't started this second half very brightly. Morocco certainly are again at the races. They're challenging for everything and fighting for every ball.
But they're on the defensive again. Iniesta runs into trouble against El Amadi. And Morocco play the ball back to goalkeeper Munir on the edge of his own 6-yard box. Right-footed clearance up to the halfway line. Looked like suspiciously like a foul by Sergio Ramos. Again, the referee from Uzbekistan, remember, Ravsham Ermatov, just waves play on. And Spain start another attack with Thiago. Switches the play from the centre out to the Spanish right. Silva gets involved. Thiago's there again on the halfway line for Spain. Now finds Busquets in the centre circle. Busquets right-footed out to the left flank to Isco. Isco tries to check inside, gets a good-looking cross in. Easily cleared, but it comes out to Sergio Ramos. Not enough room for him to get the ball through to a teammate, but they've kept possession here with Busquets and now with Piqué. Spain 1, Morocco 1 here on TalkSport 2. 54 minutes played. Portugal leading around in the other game. Here comes Spain. Edge of the Moroccan penalty area. The ball crossed into the middle and deflected behind for a Spanish corner. If those two scorelines stay as they are now, Portugal will win the group and Spain will join them in the round of 16 as runners-up in Group B.
Again, good play by Jordi Alba down the right side. Got the ball in and won a corner.
Spain in no great hurry, it seems, to take it. Just waiting for their defenders, Sergio Ramos and Piqué, to take up positions. Piqué's right inside the 6-yard box. Ramos near the penalty spot. Diego Costa hanging around with intent as well as the corner comes in, and a good safe catch again by Munir El Khajoui, who bowls it forward to El Amadi to try and get them on the counter-attack, and they've done that. They've got about 5 or 6 men forward, in fact, in this attack. Amrabat is one of them, edge of the Spanish penalty area, clips the ball over, and it wasn't the best cross in the end, and Spain get it clear. But yet again, vulnerability at the back for Spain, who are still on the defensive here. Amrabat's there again, clips it, the deflection, and the ball hits the underside of the crossbar and stays out. The goal decision system not needed. It quite clearly bounced the wrong side of the line as far as Morocco were concerned. It took a very heavy deflection. The cross comes shot, but Spain there were millimetres away from going behind again, Tony.
Where it was a great strike by Amrabat. And I've got to say, it looked in all the way. David De Gea was literally stranded. He watched the ball hit the crossbar. What a strike. It looked like it was ghosting into that top corner. Again, I've got to say, one thing that stood out for me in this game is how poor Spain have been defensively. Yeah. They've been at really 6s and 7s, and I'm looking at Morocco. They could have had 3 or 4 tonight.
Well, Spain have possession halfway inside the Moroccan half. The ball is with left-back Jordi Alba. Back to Isco. Isco finds Iniesta. Iniesta spreads the play out to the right-hand side of the field to Gerard Piqué. And Piqué hits it high and wide and over. I gather Portugal may be getting awarded a penalty in their match against Iran, although the decision has gone to VAR.
Fernando Santos is crouching. Ronaldo runs up, strikes the penalty, and it's saved. A terrific stop to his left-hand side by Bayram Band, who may have just kept Iran's hopes of staying in this World Cup alive.
Well, a missed penalty by Cristiano Ronaldo. There's one for a collector's item.
Yeah. Well, he started so brilliantly with his hat-trick, didn't he? Added a 4th. Well, he'd have loved to get alongside Harry Kane at the top of the goal-scoring charts, wouldn't he, Alan?
He certainly would. There's going to be a few contenders for that Golden Boot award by the looks of it.
Do you think Ronaldo will take the next one if they get a penalty?
Iniesta for Spain in the middle third of the field. It's 1-1 here. You're listening to TalkSport 2 from Kaliningrad. Spain 1, Morocco 1. Portugal in pole position at the moment in this group, despite that missed penalty by Ronaldo, and Spain in pole position to join them in the knockout round as runners-up. But this game is still on a knife edge for Spain, who on more than one occasion could have conceded a second goal here. And it's another great run taking Amrabat forward. He pulls it back to the edge of the Spanish penalty area. It was an attempted effort there, which has ended up going out of play. Gerard, the right back, making a lot of ground to get forward.
You really feel the Spanish need to make a change, whether it's Asensio coming on, adding a bit more pace, changing it slightly, because the Spanish team don't look particularly good tonight, especially defensively. And I think Herrera has to look, as we see the opportunity again by Amrabat. It's straight at the top corner. It's literally left David De Gea stranded. He's nowhere. He doesn't even move.
Rattled against post and bar, and definitely came out. VAR was not needed there, or the goal decision system not needed. But a very close call for Spain, who have possession on the halfway line, build in their usual meticulous but sometimes painfully slow fashion. Isco has the ball for them and gets it back from Jordi Alba. Looks like they don't know whether to stick or twist at the moment, Spain.
No, it doesn't, Alan. You're right. And I'm looking at Spain and just feel they need a bit more impetus from somewhere.
Maybe it'll come now from this attack, with Carvajal doing well out by the Moroccan corner flag, and they've won the ball back here in a good position. Silva's there, pulls it back. Oh, a wild shot. It's actually stayed in play. It was meant to be a shot on target. It was so wide that it almost went out of play for a throw-in. But they've got possession with Iniesta, who goes down and wins a very soft free kick there, I thought. What do you reckon?
Well, he's holding it's Amrabat again. He's had an eventful evening, hasn't he? He's hit the bar, he's caused Spain problems, he's been tangling with Sergio Ramos, and he should have had a red card, and there's an elbow there.
Oh, actually, yes, looking back at the replay, I was wrong.
Well, I wonder if they'll look at this, because, again, another incident. He's protesting his innocence, but he's a fortunate guy tonight.
Yeah, he certainly had his arm in what the refereeing fraternity call a natural position, and it went straight into the face of Andres Iniesta. No further punishment for Amrabat, but it is going to be a Spanish free kick, 5 yards outside the Moroccan penalty area in the outside left position for Spain. And again, their central defenders, Piqué and Ramos, have come forward for this set piece, and Diego Costa trying to lose his marker in the middle as well. Right-footed is played in, and not the best.
No. Poor
easily
ball.
Cleared, yeah.
Yeah, poor ball.
Set pieces have been disappointing for Spain tonight, as has their defending.
You know, with the quality of Isco, Silva, Iniesta, you expect far more from set pieces. I've got to say, they've been largely quite poor tonight.
Strange how many of the favoured nations have underperformed so far in these group stages. You'd have to include Brazil amongst that, of course, Germany, England being the exception, albeit for a second half lull, if you like, against Tunisia in their opening game. Here comes Spain down their right hand side. The ball deep near the Moroccan corner flag has been knocked out of play off the toe of Carvajal for a throw into Spain.
Well, I would urge that the Spanish try and get another goal. I think the prospect of playing, Uruguay, if they come second, that would be a big ask. I think the Uruguayans would give the Spanish a lot of problems.
Absolutely. As Iniesta clips one to the edge of the Moroccan penalty area, they cleared it back to the Spanish maestro. He finds Piqué, and Piqué on to Isco. Isco could be the man to break down this Moroccan defence again, as he did in the first half with the Spanish equaliser. The ball is just outside Morocco's penalty box. Silva plays a delightful 1-2. Good move this by Spain, but it comes to nothing, and Morocco will clear their lines. They should have done. It was a sloppy clearance, and they've got the ball back with Diego Costa now. Spain right into the penalty area, is clipped in towards the far post, and headed off the line. What a wonderful clearance that was, with Spain threatening to get a second goal through Isco. Romain Saiz made a brilliant goal line clearance to deny them.
Well, I've got to say it was a great header by Isco at the far post. He gets above Arabat, but Saiz makes a great last-ditch clearance to head it for a corner for Spain. Great defending. He realises his goalkeeper's beat. Herrera, the Spanish manager, thinks his team have got the lead.
Yeah.
Great play, great defending.
High fives between Saiz and his goalkeeper Munir, and well deserved. Now there's a little bit of pushing going on right on the goal line, involving, of all people, David Silva, not known for his physicality. The referee stepped in and had a word mainly with the Moroccan defender, Belhanda, who's one of the few who hasn't been yellow carded in their team so far. They've got 4 cautions, remember. Diego Costa inevitably has a word to say. He always does. Now he backs away, waiting for this right wing corner to be delivered for Spain. So close to a second goal moments ago. Let's see what the corner brings. Up goes Piqué! And the header just wide.
Oh, that's a great chance. As Isco whips in the corner with his right foot. Gerard Piqué has got a free header. The goal at his mercy. And he just gets a glance more than a perfect forehead header. And it just goes wide of the post. That was a golden chance. Piqué, 6'3", centre half, free header, 6 yards out. Expect him to at least make the keeper make a save.
Yeah, when you think Busquets had a couple of chances as well, didn't he, in the first half? They've taken off Belhanda now, Morocco. And coming on in his place is Fageur, who was a late substitute in the last game against Portugal. Plays for a Spanish club, Getafe, in midfield. So he'll know all about his opponents, and they will know all about him. Goal kick to Morocco. Spain 1, Morocco 1, 64th minute of the game here. Portugal leading 1-0 against Iran in the other game in Group B, though they have missed a penalty. Cristiano Ronaldo, of all people, failing to increase their lead. But at the moment, Portugal are going to win the group, and Spain are going to go through with them in second place at the moment. Points, goal difference, goal scored, results of head-to-head, they're just the first 4 criteria. But it looks as though they might not be needed at the moment. I keep stressing that. Spain in possession here. Sergio Ramos, midway inside the Moroccan half. Leaves it to left-back Jordi Alba. The Barcelona man switches the play again. Out to the right-hand side. Now Piqué, who had that golden opportunity moments ago. Plays it to Thiago. Thiago out to the right flank to Carvajal. Now Silva. Good possession this by Spain, but it's not getting them anywhere. They're being forced across the field. Now Isco. He normally makes things happen. Takes his man on, thinks better of it, gets it back from Jordi Alba, and then picks out a lovely ball to the far side. But again, this is all in front of the 11 Moroccan men, back behind the ball. Now Busquets can find some space just outside the penalty area, and a lovely ball to find Iniesta. Iniesta to Isco. Isco gets it on his right foot and then gives it away. In steps Sergio Ramos to win it back and stop a Moroccan counter-attack. They have a throw level with their own 18-yard line.
Well, there was lots of possession there by the Spanish in halfway inside the Moroccan half. Never quite found the opening, did they? They kept probing, but never quite getting there.
And Hierro, their coach, who had a wonderfully successful career with Spain and Real Madrid, of course, looking a little bit nervous on the halfway line. As well he might. Spain's fate is not sealed yet, not by any means, particularly with those dangerous Moroccan breakaways that we've seen in the first half, and indeed in the opening stages of this second half.
Yeah, well, what we've seen for the first 65 minutes of this game, there's certainly been enough opportunities for one of these two teams to be leading. Morocco have had at least 3 or 4 golden opportunities. Spain 2 or 3 also. It looks like there'll be another goal in this one.
They need that second goal, Spain. They need it just to relax and be virtually assured, if they get that, of their place in the next round. They have possession midway inside Morocco's half with Busquets. Busquets clips it forward to the edge of the penalty area. Again, it's cleared by the Moroccan defence, but still Spain have it with Isco. Isco just inside the penalty area finds Silva. Oh, he lost his footing at the vital moment when he was about to shoot.
Yeah, again, Isco and Silva between them, carving an opening. Great footwork. They're so neat and tidy around the box, and as it gets whipped in and touches are just spot on. The final one with David Silva just couldn't get full contact on the ball as he was going to ground.
It's all one-touch stuff. It's beautiful to watch. Not always as effective as Spain would like it to be. They've made 531 passes, we've just been told, in this game. Morocco made 153, so, you know, less than half the number. But, you know, all that matters is that scoreline, and it still reads Spain 1, Morocco 1. And Morocco it is on the attack with Amrabat, but he and Sergio Ramos clash again. Nothing nasty this time. The ball goes out of play for a goal kick to Spain. And the Moroccan coach, Renard, looking as though he might have resigned himself to their fate. Well, their fate is known anyway. It was before the kickoff. They're going out. He's had 2 years in charge, the third African nation that he's coached, and he's done a good job with all of them.
Well, they look at this tournament, won't they? A little bit. It's been quite hard on them, hasn't it? Been an own goal. You know, they lost to Iran and just lost out against a really tight affair against Portugal, and they've matched Spain tonight. So, you know, they look at their 3 games. They've not been whipping boys.
No.
They've given everybody a game.
They've committed yet another foul here, giving Spain a free kick halfway inside the Moroccan half, where they start to build another attack down the Spanish left with Alba. And now into the centre circle to Isco. You never know where he's going to pop up. And he's usually a threat when he does get the ball. Piqué has it on the halfway line. Sergio Ramos out to Thiago in the outside left position. Thiago moving in on his right foot, then plays it to his left to Jordi Alba. That's a good ball. Diego Costa's layoff. Thiago's there, but clips his shot high and wide.
That was great play down the Spanish left, and as it gets whipped into Diego Costa, he makes a great touch, then feeds it to Thiago. He comes onto it, but just can't keep it on target. But good play.
It's like it's often said about Arsenal, wasn't it, under Arsene Wenger? It's almost like they want to score the perfect goal all the time.
Yeah. Well, they want to play all the time. Whatever position they're on the pitch, they're going to get down the ball and try and find one of their colleagues. Like you say, sometimes it's just slightly overplaying.
Okay, the ball has gone out of play for a throw-in to Morocco on their right-hand side. They've had 12 shots, Spain, to Morocco's 4. But only one of them's gone in the net, and only 1 out of the 4 for Morocco was successful as well. So it's still a draw here. And the linesman has flagged, I think, for an offside. Free kick to Spain deep inside their own half. With Portugal still leading against Iran, the position is that Portugal would go through if the scores remain as they are now as the winners of Group B, and Spain would go through in second place. And Spain attack with Isco. They'd love to go through as winners, of course. And Isco knocks it wide. They don't want to be playing Uruguay, but first they've got to seal their passport into the round of 16 anyway. They need that second goal, I think. Sergio Ramos has the ball halfway inside the Moroccan half. Plays it out to the left to Jordi Alba. Alba back to Iniesta. Iniesta, who normally gets substituted right about this point in the game. 70 minutes on the clock, 20 minutes to go. Diego Costa has possession for Spain, but he's hustled out of it. And good play by El Amadi. The goalkeeper's clearance, not for the first time, is not the best for Morocco, and goes all the way through to his opposite number, David De Gea, who's been beaten once in the second half, but saved by the woodwork. Forward now to Isco. Isco skips around the first challenge, and that's a good ball into the penalty area. Iniesta pulls it back. Just not right ball, really, and it enabled Hakimi to come in and clear.
It looks slightly like Morocco's legs are getting tired. You know, they've done a lot of chasing tonight. They've slightly lost that edge, and they're hanging on just a little bit, a tad, against the Spanish at the moment. A lot of hard work has been put in by them tonight.
We're seeing again the near miss by Amrabat. I thought it had come off the defender and first of all, but it didn't. It just passed Sergio Ramos, didn't it? So that was a clean shot.
Well, it certainly moved in the air.
Yeah.
That's for sure, and it was a great strike. And it looks like David De Gea is absolutely stuck to the ground. He's not moving. He's not getting there. And it just hits the crossbar.
Well, Boutaïb, the Moroccan goal scorer, has just been replaced by Youssef En Neziri, who's played for Malaga for the last couple of years. Another striker who was a late addition to the squad. So El Neziri in place of Boutaïb, and Spain go forward with Silva just outside the Moroccan penalty area. Plays it to his right to Carvajal, the right back. Now finding Thiago, little back heel by him. Picks out Busquets. Sergio Ramos finds Isco just outside Morocco's penalty area. Always positive when he's in possession, Isco. Good ball into the middle, just beyond Diego Costa. Morocco clear their lines, and Ziyech can't keep possession for them for long. Well, if they had the lion's share of possession in the first half, it's even more in this second half. As Spain attack again, the ball is with Isco. Isco down the right-hand side. Jordi Alba slipped but managed to keep possession. And now Iniesta, it's just one pass after another. Sergio Ramos drives it out to the right. It's gone out for a goal kick. Don't forget, for all the reaction to today's World Cup matches and the best interviews from the biggest names across the TalkSport network today, don't miss TalkSport 2 tonight from 10 o'clock. And plenty more live World Cup action for you on TalkSport 2 this week. Tomorrow we have live commentaries from Group C and Group D. Australia take on Peru and Iceland face Croatia. There's going to be a double change here made by Hierro, the Spanish coach. Just waiting to make those changes because it's a goal kick at the moment for Morocco.
Certainly is. Asensio is coming on. I think it's Vasquez.
Meanwhile, the ball is in midfield with the Moroccans, but they've lost possession. Isco's brought down on the halfway, and that'll be a free kick to Spain, and that might give them the opportunity now to make those changes. The referee's just indicating that they're ready. Yep. Iago Aspas, who was a late substitute against Portugal, replaces Diego Costa, experienced striker who had a spell, not a very successful one, at Liverpool in the Premier League. He's on, and I think Marco Asensio will join him, or have they just held off on that second change for the moment? No, they're going to make it. Thiago is the player who will be replaced. So two positive changes there as Marco Asensio takes his place.
Well, he is a real live wire, Marco Asensio. Fantastic pace. Aspas, as you mentioned, Diego Costa led the line. A lot of work put in with not many opportunities. Had one in the first half, but you know, it was really a night of running for him.
Isco has the ball just outside Morocco's penalty area for Spain. Good ball into the middle, headed clear, and the loose ball will be picked up by David Silva. Silva wants it back on the right flank for Spain. Now they would love that second goal just to relieve any anxieties about qualifying for the next round. Iniesta has it. Looks like he's going to play a bit longer than usual in this game. And why not? He doesn't seem to expend much energy. He just seems to have all the time in the world every time he gets the ball. I think he could play till he's about 50. Such a technician. The ball is with Sergio Ramos. Out to the right-hand side to Silva for Spain. Now Busquets, midway inside Morocco's half. Back it goes to Piqué, the central defender, spending more time in the opposition half than in his own in this second period of the game, where it is still Spain 1, Morocco 1. Quarter of an hour remaining on TalkSport 2. Spain looking for the second goal that would bring relief all around the country, I'm sure. Isco has the ball for them. Has to move infield to keep possession. Picks out Piqué. Piqué slides it out to the Spanish right flank. It's a lovely little 1-2. It didn't quite come off. It was good intention there by Asensio. But in the end, he's given the ball away. But Morocco still deep inside their own half. They'll try and get forward now with Nabil Dirar. Experienced and versatile player. Right back today. He can also play as a right winger. Made over 100 appearances in the French league for Monaco. He knocks it forward. Spain get it clear. But the ball is back with Morocco, who have won a free kick for a foul on Amrabat, who wanted to take the free kick quickly and was prevented from doing so by Spain. The referee just having a word there about that delaying tactic, as Amrabat was sandwiched by two Spanish players.
Yeah, good free kick in a good position. It's a bit of respite for them, isn't it? They've been literally chasing Spain all over the pitch in this last 15-20 minutes.
Well, another Moroccan goal now would really put the cat among the pigeons, wouldn't it? Spain would probably be all right as things stand, but they don't want to go through that agony and heartache. The free kick is taken and cleared up to the halfway line, and Morocco will keep possession down their left flank. Spain, for once, have 10 men back behind the ball. Only the substitute, one of the substitutes, Aspas, in an advanced position, and he will chase down the goalkeeper as it's played back to him. He's full of running, and why not? He's been on the bench for the preceding minutes in this game. Now Naziri, the substitute for Morocco, gets possession, plays it forward, where Jordi Alba intercepts and knocks it back to goalkeeper David De Gea. His first time clearance will land inside the centre circle, and Isco has possession for Spain. Iniesta there again. Oh, he nearly got caught there. He took too much time, it seemed, and then he was fouled from behind, I thought, and the referee thought so too.
Yeah. It can be very frustrating for the Moroccans. I've been there myself. I played against an incredible Portugal team, the days of Figo, and you know, you just end up chasing around the pitch. It can be so frustrating.
Here they go with David Silva just outside Morocco's penalty area. Plays the ball to Carvajal on the right. His cross headed clear. They defended really well in this second half, Morocco. But they must be tiring now. There's been a relentless succession of Spanish attacks. The ball is with Carvajal from this latest one. Aspas has made space for himself down the Spanish right, but it's come infield instead. And the skipper Sergio Ramos picks out Isco. Isco picks out Alba, level with the 18-yard line of the Moroccan penalty area. Back infield to Sergio Ramos. Ramos tries a shot. I mean, really, what was that all about?
Yeah.
Talk about ambitious, wild effort into the crowd.
That was a really poor effort. Okay, you were passing and moving the ball. It got to a time when they had the ball for about 2 minutes, Spain, and then suddenly Ramos sees the whites of the post and shoots from a ridiculous distance and goes sky high.
And
someone's happy.
Yeah, one young man in the crowd has decided he's going to keep that ball as a souvenir. I saved a shot from Sergio Ramos. He'll be telling his grandchildren in many years' time. Another ball on the field, another ball played to the edge of the Spanish penalty area, and Naziri, the substitute, couldn't take it in his stride and then made a strong challenge on Sergio Ramos. Obviously doesn't know about his reputation.
Well, how poor a header was that by Gerard Piqué?
Yeah.
It was a 40-yard long pass, and you think he's either going to sort of let it run to the keeper or just clear it to get some distance on the header. He ends up nearly putting the Moroccan player through. Just a lazy header.
Well, we're not far short of 10 minutes remaining in Kaliningrad, and Spain still can't be absolutely certain of qualifying. A draw will be enough. Portugal, remember, are beating Iran by 1-0.
Yeah, unless there's a change there. 2 goals by, obviously, Iran.
Yeah, it's looking good for Spain, but they really need the comfort of that second goal.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, I'm absolutely spot on. And this team hasn't been very convincing tonight, the Spanish. This is the poorest I've seen them play. I think Iran done a job on them, and they made it difficult, but they won the game. Tonight, they could have easily lost this match. Yes, they've had huge amounts of possession of the ball, lots more passing, but chances, and good chances, I feel the better ones have fell to Morocco.
Yeah, I'll make you right. And here's another one on the way. As they bar the right back. Well, there's a big shout for a handball there. A big shout for a handball. Piqué looks on at the referee. The cross came in from Dirar. Was this a handball by Piqué? He certainly moved his arm towards the ball. There were loud appeals by Moroccan fans and players alike. I don't know if the referee is going to need VAR here. It looks like he's not going to. It's gone out of play for a corner. And of course, once the ball's back in play, he can't use VAR. He's clearly not going to anyway. Another big decision goes against Morocco here. One of several tonight. The corner comes in. Oh, it's a great header. Oh, what a wonderful goal by the young substitute. The man playing his first game of the World Cup finals, Youssef En-Nesyri, has scored a superb header to give Morocco the lead with only 10 minutes gone. A worrying time for the former world champion Spain.
Well, I touched on it a few times of how poor they are defensively, Spain tonight. And Masiri's header, what a wonderful jump, leap, top corner. It's the perfect header He's come on as a substitute. David De Gea just watched. He couldn't do anything. He was literally in the back of the net before he knew it. I'm not surprised that Morocco have got the lead in this game. I think the Spanish back four, especially Gerard Piqué, have looked so vulnerable tonight.
Well, what a shock. Brilliant header. He was near the penalty spot. Got so much power on it, didn't he?
Yeah, thumping header. It's the one you want to attack, and he gets above Sergio Ramos, and it's in the top. Sergio Ramos has done that so many times in his career. Well, Masiri's just done the same to him. And no chance for David De Gea. 2-1 to Morocco, and I've got to say, I think they deserve it.
And the man from Malaga, how ironic is that, has sent the whole of Spain into a worrying 10 minutes or so here. Celebrations, and quite deservedly so, amongst these wonderful Moroccan fans. They're going home, but they could have caused one of the big shock, upset results of the tournament here. They could yet. They clear their lines from the latest Spanish attack. Now, Portugal are winning, of course, so that fact alone means that Spain should still be off the hook here. But, you know, there's 10 minutes to go in both these games. Anything can happen, plus stoppage time. And Morocco, you have to say, for all the fact that they haven't seen much of the ball tonight, they deserve to be in the lead. You said it, they've had the best chances.
Yeah, they have, and they've punished Spain. I mean, it was a fantastic header. You know, I applied my trade, and I love scoring headers and jumping at far posts and going over and across defenders. I love them type of goals, and I've got to say he executed it perfectly, Masiri, for giving the lead to Morocco.
Isco has the ball, though, just outside Morocco's penalty area. They need something quickly. Jordi Alba crosses, it's not clear. Spain are on an unbeaten run of 22 games, 2 years since they last lost an international. That was against Italy in the European Championships of 2016. But they're facing defeat here. They are facing possible elimination, although it would take a very dramatic finale here and indeed in the other game between Portugal and Iran for that to happen. But even so, this will be seen as a major setback for Spain.
Well, they are hanging on by the skin of their teeth at the moment.
Another substitution. David Silva, the Manchester City star, is coming off. Not much we know. Let's see who's going to replace him. And the answer is Rodrigo, who was also a late substitute against Iran, the Valencia striker. They've certainly got enough strikers out there now. Can any one of them get a boot or a head to this ball from this free kick halfway inside Morocco's half? We are in the 85th minute here, and astonishingly the scoreline is Spain 1, Morocco 2. And Morocco, who lost their first two games, unluckily in both cases you would have to say, they've restored their pride if they needed to tonight.
Yeah, and again, we touched on it before the game that we felt they have been very unlucky so far in this tournament. An own goal denied them the chance of getting something out of the Iranian game. And then obviously they lost to Spain, but competed. I'm talking about Iran losing to Spain. That was very tough. But Morocco, Portugal game, it was so close. You know, again, a penalty incident in that particular match. And it's they've really played, like, they've showed us what African football can be about tonight, really have.
Morocco have sent on Bouhadouz, who scored the unfortunate and fatal own goal in that opening match against Iran. That'll make him feel better. He'd come on as a sub that day as well and headed the ball into his own net to set Morocco off on the worst possible start. But if they started badly and didn't do that well in the middle, it looks as though they're going to finish on a very high note here. The Moroccan fans still celebrating that marvellous headed goal by Youssef En Naziri, who plays in Spain. Would you believe it?
Yeah.
You better not go back too soon.
I tell you what, there's a lot of thinking. If Spain do get through this, you know, after tonight and get through and the result goes their way, there's a lot of thinking for Herrera to do, because his Spanish team tonight have really struggled. I'd be very concerned about Gerard Piqué at centre-half. I think he's just looked like he's struggling. The incident that he's been involved in tonight, the handball on the edge of the box, he's certainly been caught in behind on 2 or 3 occasions. I think he's got things to deal with. I'm not quite sure of if they're going to be capable of keeping clean sheets against better teams who are not going to, you know, they're going to be okay with Spain having a lot of possession of the ball.
Are we coming to the end of an era, I wonder, for the likes of Sergio Ramos and Piqué and Iniesta, Silva even perhaps, and Busquets, the man in possession now, midway inside Morocco's half. He picks out Iniesta, who's going to play the full game tonight, that's for sure, and how they need him. The ball clipped into the middle, but the header was well wide of target, and still they cannot find this breakthrough goal for all their possession, Spain. Still 1-1, that's 2-1 rather, to Morocco with 87 minutes on the clock.
Everybody, we're getting images and all fans and pictures, and it's just the excitement from the Morocco fans is extraordinary. They are absolutely rampant tonight. They're enjoying it. The experience of beating one of the, you know, the great European teams.
Apart from their coach Hervé Renard, who looks the coolest man on the planet, certainly in this stadium. Not a flicker of emotion from him as his team are under pressure again. Looked as though they might have conceded a free kick. The referee has waved play on, and Spain have possession just outside the Moroccan penalty box. Now he has given a free kick, but against Spain.
Yeah, that's a poor foul. Aspas there he's right in front of the referee. He can't make that type of challenge, obstructing a player trying to get to the ball and clear it. That's just such a poor decision to commit a foul in that area of the pitch at this stage of the game.
Well, with Spain losing and Portugal winning, it looks as though Portugal are going to win this group, which means that Spain will go through as runners-up and face a very, very good and competitive Uruguayan team in Sochi on Saturday, June the 30th. Not the outcome they wanted. The Moroccans, meanwhile, they're going home, but they're going to go home happy. 2 minutes to go. They lead 2-1. It's been a yellow card for their goalkeeper for wasting a bit of time. That's 5 cautions now for the Moroccan team. They won't give a hoot about that.
We might see the biggest celebration ever by a team that's been knocked out.
Yeah,
because they can't get crazy.
Well, let's face it, I've just said 2 years, 22 games since Spain lost, and that was against Italy. They are one of the world's great football nations. It's their 11th time in a row in the finals. Every time it's been held since Argentina in 1978. Former world champions, former European champions. One of the all-time greats of the world game. But they're losing 2-1 here to an already eliminated Morocco. Isco takes them forward, however. Midway inside the Moroccan half, slides the ball into the penalty area. That'll be no problem for the Moroccan defence. Couldn't pick out Iniesta. The ball cleared upfield. Anywhere will do now for Morocco. We are in the last of the 90 minutes in Kaliningrad. This is going to be one of the big upset results of the group stages of this 2018 World Cup. And Spain can only feel grateful that their arch rivals Portugal are winning, and that fact should let them off the hook and get them through anyway. But here they go, Morocco yet again. The ball played back into their own half. They won't be in a hurry to get this forward. They're not. It's gone back to their goalkeeper Munir, who takes a touch and hits it on his right foot. Some of his distribution has been awful, and that was another one straight into the centre circle. But Spain can't get it. Rodrigo chasing round, you know, like a headless chicken a little bit there. And now Spain have the ball. This could be their opportunity, perhaps. Rodrigo's in a great position here. The ball's played too wide for him to get it. He manages to get his cross in anyway. And from that, Spain will have a corner. But he should have done better there, Aspas.
Yeah, he should have done. The pass was just overhit. Spain win the ball in central part. And Aspas gets on the ball.
Oh, from the corner! Spain have managed to get a goal, but no. It's been disallowed. Aspas celebrated, but the flag had gone up from the assistant on the far side of the field, and Spain are still losing here as we move into stoppage time.
Yeah, it was a corner that gets played in, but as it gets whipped in, this is a tight decision. Oh, it's such a tight call. The linesman's got his flag up immediately, but I'm looking across the line. That is such a tight call.
Well, when you look at the TV replay,
he's gone to
marginally onside. Yeah, VAR.
I wouldn't be surprised if this is given.
I think you're right. He backheeled the ball into the net. Aspas, a worried-looking hero, looks on. The referee has called or been advised to check with VAR.
It's good refereeing, by the way. because this is a critical moment in the stage of the game. I think he's onside.
Yeah, the number 14, Basufa, played him onside, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Only by, you know, a tiny margin, but that's enough. His arm is offside.
But his left leg is keeping. I think it's such a tight call.
Yeah.
You're talking of the minutest of distances.
Hierro's making the now familiar TV sign indicating that VAR is needed. Aspas can't believe his bad luck. The referee initially disallowed the goal, supporting his assistant's decision.
Oh, he's on.
I think he's onside.
He's onside.
Yeah.
That's a goal.
Yeah, the referee's now getting word from VAR headquarters. And let's see which way he points here.
It's got to be a goal.
Drama inside the stadium in Kaliningrad. We're already into stoppage time. He's indicated VAR, and he's pointing to the centre circle. And Aspas sets off on a lap of honour. Spain, right at the death, have equalised here.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely critical, but it is the right decision. Yes, it's taken time. Yes, it's been dramatic, but it was the right decision. He was onside. It's a goal.
Amazing finish here. Lovely little back heel, wasn't it, by the former Liverpool striker.
He can't stop scoring in Spain. Now he's just done it for the national team. Fabulous finish, like you said, Alan. But it is the right decision. There'll be uproar, I'm sure, from the Moroccan bench manager. Yeah, I'm sure there will. But it was the right one.
Players are on the field, coaches are on the field. Absolute bedlam here in Kaliningrad. You can understand Morocco's, you know, anger and disappointment, but you said it, Tony, it's the right decision in the end, and that's why VAR was brought in, and on almost every occasion it's been used in this World Cup, it has corrected wrongs, and it has done there, despite Morocco's anger. We haven't restarted yet. There's all kinds going on, players arguing, coaches involved in clashes on the touchline. Hervé Renard doesn't look quite so daddy cool now, but to be fair to him, he's waving his coaching staff off the field. Well, I'm hearing more drama from the other game in Group B, where Iran have equalised. So it's 1-1 there.
How dramatic now is this Spanish goal. Wow.
Goodness me, what an incredible end to Group B. Portugal have conceded late on. We're in 4 minutes of stoppage time, which is almost up officially here, but actually has only just started, really, because of all the shenanigans that followed the drama of Iago Aspas's goal, which initially was ruled out, and then the referee consulting VAR. And Spain, amazingly, have now gone to the top of the group.
You know, when sometimes before you do these games, you talk and you chat and you think, oh, these games, there won't be a draw. Spain will win comfortably, and so will, you know, they've got nothing to play for. Morocco. It's been everything but, hasn't it?
It's been amazing.
Morocco have played like it's their game to qualify.
Well, they're not finished yet, Morocco. The ball is played deep inside Spain's penalty area, but a little too deep this time, and goes out for a goal kick. Heaven knows how much time we've got now. We've gone over the 4 minutes allotted, but as I said, there was a big delay after the goal.
Spain must not concede. They're in a great position. Either goal, either way, the other way, they still qualify.
Yeah.
As they are 2-2. You know, the game is in that position for them now. So I think Spain have to recognise that there is no need to go gun-ho. You've got the goal that's got you back into the tournament, and it was the right decision.
And just when you think you've seen everything in football, it throws up something like this. A back-heel goal by Iago Aspas, once of Anfield, seems to have set up Spain for a round of 16 clash with the host Russia now, as a result of Iran's late equaliser against Portugal. Spain have got a free kick. They're losing their discipline completely now, some of these Moroccan players, and Iago Aspas gets himself involved unnecessarily so. The referee has to step in again. So does the assistant, who, I wonder what he's thinking, because it was his flag that went up, remember, to initially disallow the Aspas goal, which has brought Spain a very dramatic last-gasp equaliser here.
Yeah, there's a rash challenge on Asensio, and I think it's out of frustration, obviously, but I would never have imagine before the start of this game would have been played in this manner. There's been feisty, there's been nothing given either way. It's been a real humdinger of a football match, hasn't it?
It certainly has. It's thoroughly enjoyable if you're a neutral. It's nail-bitingly tense if you support either of these two sides. Anyway, Spain have a free kick deep inside Moroccan territory. 2-2. 96 minutes has ticked by on the clock now. It should have ended at 94. But there was such a delay after the goal, the disallowed goal, and then the allowed goal following VAR, that we don't know where we are in terms of stoppage time. The Spanish fans in the crowd are biting their nails, you know, consulting their mobile telephones to see what's happened in that other game between Portugal and Iran, where it's still 1-1 as far as I know. I don't know if they've actually finished yet there. We're still playing here. We're now coming up to 97 minutes showing on the clock. And there's the final whistle to end the most remarkable World Cup group tie here in Kaliningrad. Morocco thought they had won it. Spain, in the dying seconds, snatched an equalising goal, which was initially disallowed by a linesman's flag. Iago Aspas backheeling the ball into the Moroccan net. VAR was consulted, and that overturned the initial decision. The goal stands, and if indeed Portugal and Iran has ended in a draw, that means that Spain have probably won the group. They could have gone out of the group, out of the competition altogether at one stage. They are still playing, I hear, Portugal versus Iran, so we can't be certain about that yet. But what we can be certain of is that Spain are going through to the round of 16 by the skin of their teeth. They went a goal down early on here to Boutaïb. They got level with a fine goal by Isco at the end of a great attacking move. And then, really, the shockwaves hit Spain when the young substitute En-Nesyri headed home a brilliant headed goal from a corner to give Morocco the lead again. And then that drama unfolded in the dying seconds. It is finished. Whew! Pause for breath. Spain 2, Morocco 2.
This has been one of the most incredible nights of World Cup football at any tournament. While we've had VAR to get the game level with Spain-Morocco and the Spain goal rightly given at 2-2, by all accounts the Iran-Portugal game has been utter chaos with VAR absolutely all over the place. They have now blown the full-time whistle. It is finished. Iran 1, Portugal 1, Spain 2, Morocco 2 in our game. The Iran players are utterly inconsolable. They had a late chance to actually win that game, but they haven't been able to. So Group B finishes with Spain top of the group on 5 points. Portugal second in the group on 5 points. Iran finished third with 4 points. So that late chance means that Iran don't go through to the knockout stages, and it means Uruguay, who finished top of Group A, will be playing Portugal